Do you mind if I get into the predictions with this?
Sure, that's fine.
I've seen the 49ers before. And this is gonna sound like Colin Coward. I don't know if you listen to him, but I saw it on the
Yeah.
short, and
Yeah.
it's a perfect way to sum up my thoughts. We've seen them with Jimmy Garoppolo with a stacked roster. We've seen them have these average quarterbacks with a stacked roster and continuously underperform.
Mm-hmm.
And this Lions team, I know Jared Goff is a much better quarterback than he is, a much better quarterback at home than he is on the road. But this Lions team, I think, can pull off the upset. I've seen this 49ers team too many times have the better coach, have the better scheme, have the better defense, have the better roster, and lose. And I think it can happen again this weekend.
I don't blame you at all.
Yeah.
I don't blame you at all for saying that. Especially what happened with the Niners when they played Green Bay. The Niners got smacked in the fucking mouth.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers run game with Aaron Jones, they ran on them all day.
Mm-hmm.
And offensively with Brock Purdy, I know he had the game winning drive, was able to settle down, make accurate throws down the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part of the game, he looked fucking terrible.
Mm-hmm.
That it is what it is. He looked fucking bad.
And here's the thing: is like the everybody talks about the Detroit secondary, but the best thing that their defense does is stop the run. If you can stop the run early, which we'll see. I mean, it's San Francisco; they could get 6 yards to carry on any team.
Mm-hmm.
But if they can figure out a way to stop the run and force third and longs, this is going to be a tough game for the 49ers.
Make Purdy pass.
Yeah.
Make him uncomfortable,
Yeah.
especially when, especially if the Detroit gets an early lead
Mm-hmm.
and San Fran has to play from behind
Mm-hmm.
down the stretch. I could completely see reasoning.
And that's the thing that the Packers did really well is they're one of the best first quarter teams this year. We saw that against the Cowboys jumping to like a double digit lead in the first quarter. And I think did they have a double digit lead at the end of no, they didn't have a double digit lead at the end of the first quarter in this game, but they were up at the end of the first quarter. And if you can have that San Francisco 49ers team playing from behind, and especially if Debo Samuel is out, he's an enormous X factor for them. But if he is out, this could be a very scary game, and I think I would take the Lions. But who are you going to take?
We'll see. And yeah, let's just get into the championship games preview. With Detroit versus San Fran, you made some very good points. And I completely see why you're picking Detroit to win this game. I still got San Fran.
I will say, as a Rams fan, I was a bit hesitant to trade for or to pick the Lions because part of why we traded Jared Goff was because he struggled against the 49ers. And we always saw 49ers as a team we would have to go through, which we did.
That's true.
So I have no problem with picking the 49ers.
But with Jared Goff, his postseason run so far
He's been great.
been
He's
phenomenal.
been great.
Been really good. My biggest fear is with the Lions matching up against the 49ers, especially with the banged up Frank Ragnow, Jonah Jackson, their starting left guard. He's going to be out with an injury, which Detroit, their O line,
It was a
that's
huge part of their
yeah,
success.
that's a huge part of their success. That's why Goff has been so effective.
Mhm.
That's why the run game has always been elite since Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson they've arrived in Detroit.
Mhm.
And you take that element away, and they're gonna match up against a Niners pass rush, which last week they were ineffective for the most part,
Mhm.
but on paper they're still a very talented unit,
Right.
led by Nick Bosa.
Mhm.
They could cause some damage, make Jared Goff very uncomfortable, force Detroit to get into a lot of long third downs, which with their offense they don't want to get into those said long third downs. I can see San Fran pulling away from this one at home.
I will say part of why I think the San Francisco 49ers look so bad or not I mean I thought they didn't look like themselves at least. Was because they basically had 2 weeks of rest. Like they clinched the number 1 seed in the NFC, so they benched their players week 18, and then they obviously had the first round bye, and the divisional round against the Packers was kind of like their first game back. And for some teams that are rolling, a bye week can kind of be like it can kind of cool the steam off the run, or it can kind of slow down some guys. And so there is a chance that like there's a very real possibility like now that these guys are back and they're in motion, like they come out and they're sharper than they were on. I think they played on Saturday. Than on Saturday. Um, but you want to move on to the AFC predictions?
Yeah, for sure.
You can
Let's
start
get
that.
into it. Chiefs are gonna win this game at the bank.
Nah,
Never bet against 15.
I'm gonna bet against 15.
Poor
What is it?
decision.
What's Lamar number one? Or
Number
he's
one in
eight.
number one in what?
No, Lamar's number 8.
No, his jersey number.
Is 8.
What?
His jersey number is number 8.
Yeah, his jersey. Yeah, okay, yeah, his
yeah.
jersey number's 8.
Yeah. But continue.
We got 15.
Sure.
We got 15.
But they got 8.
We got 15.
But they got 8.
And Taylor Swift.
They got Jim Harbaugh on the sidelines.
We got Taylor Swift. It don't matter. And Jason Kelsey. We don't matter. We got the whole. We pretty much got the whole world on our side. We're
you
Baltimore
don't.
guy.
No,
We're
you
Baltimore
don't.
guy.
Nah,
The Taylor Swift
nah,
fan base is the whole world.
nah.
at
I
this
saw
point.
a video, or not a video. I saw a picture on IG, and it's like who America wants to see in the Super Bowl, and it's the NFC picture. It's like Cali is the only team in San Francisco or that wants the 49ers. Rest of America's like we want to see the Lions. The Ravens game, the entire part of America is Ravens, and the only two spots that are rooting for the Chiefs are Ohio because of the Browns and the Bengals, and Kansas City, Missouri.
Are we sure that the entirety of America is rooting for Baltimore?
Yes,
Even Wyoming? Even the Dakotas, North and South?
yes.
Are we even Rhode Island?
Yeah, no, everybody's tired of the Chiefs. And no, like the true football fans are tired of the Taylor Swift saga. Not saga, but like always having to put the camera on her after every touchdown.
Oh, it's like 8 seconds a game, bro. You good? Y'all be alright.
nah.
Y'all be fine. I don't know what they would do in the Super Bowl with that whole coverage. So I don't know if that
Good
could
thing we won't have
that'll
to find
change.
out.
Oh no, we're gonna find out for sure. We're going to the bowl, man.
No.
We're going to the bowl.
This is the Ravens team. This is the team that has to do it. This home field advantage. I thought last week when everybody was like, "Oh, Patrick Mahomes is gonna have his first road playoff game." Like he's a great quarterback. Like I wasn't worried about that. But I do think Baltimore's a better environment than Buffalo.
Right.
But much better defense. We saw that defense last week, and if they can, like the Chiefs all year have had a great run defense, but the Ravens like are built like to conquer a run defense. They're built to run. So if Lamar can get loose, I think it's going to be very dangerous for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I feel like the Ravens run game it rolls around Lamar.
Oh,
And
for sure.
It always has
For
been.
sure. And to me, that's the sign of a great quarterback. Is like we're talking about Lamar. Let's talk about the weapons that he has. He has Flowers, Bateman, and Beckham, who barely played.
I wouldn't really say Bateman like that, but
He's the wide
OB
receiver too.
OBJ and Isaiah Likely as well.
Yeah. Isaiah Likely, but like you look at the running backs. J.K. Dobbins went out. Keaton Mitchell, exciting big play rookie, went out. Mark Andrews has been out all year, right?
Keem, Mitch, I feel bad. I feel so bad for the kid. That leg injury was nasty.
It was awful. But he has all those big players out, like big contributors on the offensive side out. What happens? 1 seed in the championship. Look at Brock Purdy. Debo Samuel, one of his all pros goes down. And look how he looked on Sunday. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, to play devil's advocate for you, Matt, we saw what Purdy did without Debo during that stretch.
That's fair.
The Browns game, he didn't look great. Obviously, the Niners, they had a 3-game losing streak.
Exactly.
Purdy wasn't that great up to par.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that I can see where your reasoning's coming from.
Exactly. But yeah, I'll take Ravens in this one.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be a little bit more analytical with my analysis right
Please.
now. We have a lot of things going against us heading into this game. It's a bad matchup for us compared to when you compare our offense to their defense, led by Mike McDonald, their DC, and with all
get a
their
head coaching job.
he should get a head coaching job. I want to see him in Seattle. That's the best destination.
Seattle's
for him.
OC just went to Chicago.
Shane Roldan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see him in Seattle if he were to go to the team. But great DC, great defensive playmakers, Roquan Smith, Matabuike as
Patrick
well,
Queen.
Patrick Queen, Jadavion Clowney having the best year of his
Yeah.
career, Kyle Hamilton having a great year, all pro caliber year, Marlon Humphrey, he could possibly come back. When, well, with Baltimore's pass rush going up against our O line, especially with Joe Tooney possibly being out with a pec strain, Mahomes is going to have to put the team on his back like he usually does with his legs, creating time for his receivers to get open consistently, like a Rasheed Rice and a Travis Kelce. The run game with Pacheco and Edwards-Helaire, it needs to be efficient for us to have a chance.
Hmm. Yeah, and Pacheco. I mean, we talked about it before, but this is the best running game that Patrick Mahomes has had in his career.
Yeah, by far.
And if they can kind of lean on that, and they can set themselves up in second and short and third and manageable, those types of situations, I think that'll be huge for them because you don't want to fall behind the chains on this Baltimore defense.
No, because they're very aggressive. Their zero blitzes super effective when they're able to use them.
And they disguise it really well too because they
Mhm.
always will have Patrick Queen and Roquan there, but they'll drop out quite a bit, and then they'll go when you don't expect it.
Exactly.
I am a bit worried, because in the first half, I mean, they were saying it the whole game, like, this is the highest percentage D'Amico Ryan has ever blitzed in a game in his career.
Mhm.
And, Spags is notorious for, his blitz packages. I'm wondering, if Baltimore has to try to implement what they did in the second half against those blitzes.
Mhm.
And, I'm wondering if that's going to either play to Baltimore or to Kansas City.
I think it would play more to Baltimore's strengths
Mm-hmm.
with their receivers and their ability to create in the open space with guys like Zay Flowers
Yeah.
and OBJ. Although with our secondary, with guys like McDuffie and Snead, that could be very hard for them to do that,
Mm-hmm.
especially when those guys are great jamming receivers pre-snap, especially L'Jarius Snead as
yeah.
well.
He's been great. He's been
But
super good.
I expect Baltimore to be efficient with the quick game, like we saw last week versus Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they'll be effective in that regard.
Yeah. It doesn't feel right betting against the Chiefs, but
No, it doesn't.
it doesn't. But the Ravens are so good this year. We saw what
Yeah.
they did on Christmas against the 49ers, and they've just handled their business all year.
No. Even if we were able to, even if we were to lose on Sunday, then I would not be shocked at all because on paper, Baltimore is clearly the better team. But, we have the best player in the world and an all-time great at quarterback on our side, along with the greatest fan supporters on our side as well. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Yo.
Fan supporters is crazy. Are you saying NFL supporters?
Both.
No, that's crazy.
Both.
You're saying you're better than the soccer fans in Europe?
Well, I wasn't talking about that. I wasn't gonna go that far.
America? I think Knicks got a better fan base.
Then the Chiefs?
Yeah,
Fuck out of here.
I think Knicks got a better.
Hell no.
You ain't
Bro,
been in MSG.
MSG's a tourist trap.
Nah.
That's for tourists. That ain't, bro. MSG not that loud compared to Arrowhead. Bro, are you crazy?
They're not that loud, but the fans are more passionate.
Man, KC way better than the Knicks fan base.
Man, if MSG did a whoa, if they did one of those, it'd be
Whack
louder.
shit, bro. It's not better than the Tomahawk Chop. We Arrowhead gets loud. Arrowhead gets super loud. Come on.
I think
Loudest stadium in the whole world. Come on now.
I think that Michigan's got better fans.
Hell no.
The Big House?
Michigan?
Michigan.
Man, F the big house. They talking about Arrowhead.
It's a bigger stadium.
I don't care.
If that's how you want to go.
I don't care, bro. No,
And they're louder.
but I know for a fact when it comes to football, especially in the NFL, no one's beating KC with our fan support. Nobody.
The line's been pretty good this
Don't
year.
care.
The
It's not
Lions been
Arrowhead
pretty
loud.
good. Mike Tirico disagrees.
I don't
He
care
was
about Mike
there, and he
Tirico.
was there.
I don't care about Mike Tirico. What is his opinion? Great play-by-play guy. I don't care about his opinion.